The New York Knicks defeat the Memphis Grizzlies by 12 points in Memphis, and a win is a win, and I understand that completely. But I am a process over results type of guy. And I just don't believe that the way the Knicks played basketball tonight, despite winning by double digits, is a way that they consistently play. I know Jalen Brunson didn't play, but at the end of the day, you had 25 assists and 22 turnovers. The need for another guard on this team is glaring, because what happens if Jalen Brunson gets hurt in a playoff series and he's forced to miss a game or two? And that's not to discredit Miles McBride, who had a career-high points tonight. I thought he played well. I thought Malachi Flynn gave you 10 good minutes. But at the end of the day, you came out after giving up 44 points to the Dallas Mavericks, who were Luka-less on Thursday night, to turn around to give up 27 points to the Memphis Grizzlies in the first quarter and 30 points to the Memphis Grizzlies in the second quarter. You gave up 57 points to the Memphis Grizzlies in the first half. And this isn't the Memphis Grizzlies you all know and love. These are players that you have never heard of. G.G. Jackson had a career high. Vince Williams played great. Jacob Gilyard, Xavier Tillman, David Roddy, Luke Kennard, Concher. These are guys that nobody knows about. Zaire Williams and Jake Lariva. Their top 9 did not play today. No Ja, no Desmond Bane, no Jaren Jackson, no Brandon Clark, no Steven Adams. You won, but it was ugly, which I can appreciate an ugly win. But it was bad all around. We'll touch on this in a second. Talk about the game to close today's show. But I got to talk about what Scoop B. Robinson, my guy Scoop B., shout out to him, covers the NBA. People have referred to him as an NBA insider before, and I will give him that credit. He's got sources. He tweeted this yesterday. The New York Knicks are still open to trading power forward Julius Randle, I'm told. A 2-time NBA All-Star, Randle is putting up solid stats this season for a surging Knicks team that are 6-4 in their last 10 games and moving up the Eastern Conference standings. Let's go back to what the NBA executive told Hoops Hype 13 days ago. An NBA executive told Hoops Hype, which we told you 2 weeks ago, that he believes the Knicks' next trade will involve Julius Randle. Randle has been great this season. Only really had a couple of bad games. But one of those was tonight. And you may look at the stat sheet and you didn't watch, and that's okay. You can't watch all 82 games. But overall, he was horrible tonight. And it started from the jump. No Jalen Brunson, and you're playing against a G League team, and you lose the first half to the Memphis Grizzlies just for you to try hard in the third quarter to come back. This is my point. You are the leader, you are the captain, and you did not show up for the first 24 minutes of this game. And it was the same Randle that we saw. 6 turnovers tonight for Randle. And he had 3 assists. Yes, he had 24 points. Yes, he had 11 rebounds. But overall, he did not play well. And it just brings flashbacks to the playoffs for me. And this wasn't even against a good team. I just don't know if you can win a championship with Julius Randle. When he plays well, I will sing his praises. But it's my job to also hold him accountable. And he played awful tonight. He was lazy. His effort sucked. And it bled onto the entire team. I don't know if you can win a championship with Randle. And if I'm not saying the Knicks should. I'm not saying they should not. I'm just stating this. If you do not trade Randle, and he shows up in the playoffs in the same fashion that he did in 2022 and 2023, where he shot 37% from the floor, or he shows up in the playoffs in a similar fashion that he did in 2020 and 2021, where he shot 29% from the field, and he has career playoff averages of 3.7 assists and 3.9 turnovers. If that guy shows up in the playoffs, you are shit out of luck, because there is no NBA general manager that would touch him with a 10-foot pole. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. The Knicks cannot afford for Julius Randle to fool them as an actual winning player again. I just want everyone to close their eyes right now. I want you to picture a team winning an NBA championship, standing on the podium, talking to Adam Silver. They just handed someone the Larry O'Brien. They just handed someone the MVP award. Do you really think that Julius Randle could be on that stage? Is Julius Randle a confetti guy? When you close your eyes, Do you believe that you can see the confetti falling on Julius Randle's face and saying he is an NBA champion? My answer is no. I think his basketball IQ is too low. I don't think he's a good enough perimeter shooter. I don't think he makes people better. And we know what he does on defense. It's consistently not try, and it's consistently leave his teammates out to dry like Isaiah Hartenstein, like OG Anunoby. I think this tells the story. What have the Knicks done by their last couple of acquisitions? Outside of Brunson. Let's go back to that summer outside of Brunson. Isaiah Hartenstein, what is he? A margin improver. Good player, but a margin improver. Try-hard guy, plays his butt off. What is Josh Hart? The same exact thing. What is Mitchell Robinson? Not an acquisition, but a guy you've kept around. Same exact thing. What is Dante DiVincenzo? A margin improver. They got all these try-hard guys on defense to make up for him. They got all these guys to do the right things who are not nearly good as offensively to make up for Julius Randle on defense. How many times did he get beat backdoor tonight? How many times was he left in the backcourt when the Memphis Grizzlies were operating in the front court? How many times against the Mavs did it happen? I was in the stadium. I counted 6 times he didn't cross half court before the Mavs scored a bucket. I don't claim to be the smartest person in the world, but my eyes do not lie. The Knicks will never, ever, ever be an elite team in the NBA as long as Julius Randle is on this team. It just will never, ever happen. Too much. It's one step forward, 2 steps back. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. I don't need to see him fail in the playoffs again to say the Knicks need to trade him. The time is now. The time is now. I can't do it anymore. It's not good basketball. It's not. It's not good basketball. There's a reason all these lists come out and nobody has him inside the top 30. And he has 2 All-NBA teams and 2 All-Star teams. I haven't really said anything like this about Randle this year because I believe he's played good. But it's screaming right now. He ain't no Fetty guy. Seal Pasito, it's easy to say we need to trade Randle, but is there a trade market for him? Or do you think the regime is committed to him? I tend to believe that there isn't any other team that covets him. I don't think there's any team that's competing for a Larry O'Brien trophy that actually wants Julius Randle. I don't think so. I don't believe that to be true. Who do you get in return? I don't know. I think you could have traded him for Kristaps Porzingis this offseason. I think there's a couple of guys you could have traded him for. We'll have a Julius Randle trade idea video coming out on the channel here pretty soon. So I hope that will answer your questions. Don't have answers on the top of my head right now. I think they just need a guy that complements this roster more so. We know the Knicks love Karl Anthony Towns. It's been reported by everybody. I think he's a better fit. What do you think? Should the Knicks trade Julius Randle? Y for yes, M for no. Let me know what you think. We'll break down more about this game coming up. But I got to tell you guys about our proud sponsor, PrizePicks. It's prizepicks.com/CLNS, promo code CLNS. It's daily fantasy sports made easy. All you do is create a lineup of 2 to 6 players, and you simply choose more or less on their projected stat line. It's fun. It's easy. You can win real money, and you can take it out of your account whenever. I love PrizePicks. Get your lineup in for the NFL games, the remainder of the NFL playoff wildcard round, and have some fun playing the number 1 daily fantasy sports app in the game, prizepicks.com/CLNS, promo code CLNS. My guy Steve Chandler, what's going on, man? I'd give Randle a pass on an effort like tonight if he brings it in the playoffs, but so far that hasn't been the case. Oh, Steve Chandler, you are 100% right. If this guy has showed up in the playoffs on the biggest stage in the biggest moments, then we wouldn't be doing this. But he hasn't, and that's why we are. Gave him a pass against the Hawks. Didn't have a lot of talent around him. Give him a little bit of a pass because of the ankle injury. I just don't believe he's a guy that can consistently be a winning piece and a guy that contributes to winning on a championship team. I think his style of play, he needs the ball in his hands consistently. I don't think he's a smart enough playmaker. He's too turnover prone. He doesn't give me anything on the defensive end. I just don't believe that guy can make max money and be a first or second option on championship team. Just my opinion. OG, I'd like to see prettier wins against teams like this, but I'll take the ugly ones too. Let's build on the W. Let's go Knicks. Agreed. At the end of the day, the National Basketball Association, you got to win on the road. You won by 12 points, but it's process over results for me. Tonight was not a good process of basketball. Joey DeLucas says, let's go Knicks, 22-16, playoff bound, baby. Hey, you got to win. got to win. And at the end of the day, that's all we all wanted coming out of Memphis, especially with Brunson not playing. Jay Liv, we need a combo guard. Can Murray for sure run the point? Yes. Absolutely. DeJounte Murray can run the point guard position when a guy like Jalen Brunson is off the floor or is injured. So, yes, I do agree with you. And do you trust Murray or Brogdon more to replace Brunson if he's ever injured or out? As Michael Vasquez says, Cat's contract is ridiculous. Hell no. What do you think Julius Randle's going to get if he makes another All-NBA and All-Star team? What do you think he's going to get? You think Knicks aren't going to pay him? Cat just signed his deal first. Randle wants more than that. I promise you. Randle wants more than Cat. Who do I trust more, Murray or Brogdon? I think Murray. I think I trust Murray more. Give me the 6'5" athlete that's been an All-NBA defender and is shooting over 40% from downtown this year that has experience as a point guard and has been coached by Greg Popovich. Something in my heart tells me that Tom Thibodeau can get him to buy in back on defense. If not, you don't make the trade. But if you can get him to be a two-guard that plays off ball, gets a play on ball, catch and shoot defense, drive, kick, pull up two, get a bucket, Murray's my trade target. That's my number one trade target. Brogdon's two, though. Brogdon's two. I'll take the guy that's 26 compared to 32 and not consistently injured. David M., do you think we should take a shot at trading for Siakam? I'm going to say no because Siakam is going to be a free agent, and you've already chosen to trade for a free agent like OG Anunoby. You're going to have to give OG Anunoby a lot of money. I don't think the Knicks are interested in Siakam. I don't see them doing another deal with Toronto. And I don't want to trade for another guy that's going to hit free agency that I'm going to have to give $150 million. I think Siakam would be a good fit. I like his downhill nature. I like his attacking style, his improvement as a three-point shooter. But I'm not all that interested in him. Who do the Raptors want for him? Julius Randle? So they just want Randle quickly and Barrett? I don't see that happening. A win's a win. A win is a win. But it was frustrating. It was ugly. It was nasty. And the first half was embarrassing. No effort. No hustle. No want to. Second game in a row, you got your teeth kicked in by a far worse team in that first half. A win's a win. A win's a win, but I didn't love it. Follow me on Twitter. We can talk about it more at @MarshallGreen_.